How are
Hey
you?
everyone. Hey Dawn. I'm great. How are you?
Bonnie, it's sometimes it's hard to talk about holiday strategy when it's 80 degrees outside. Um,
Mhm. Yep.
but that's why we do it, correct? It's just because
Correct.
it is. hmm So
But
one of
this
the
really
reasons,
is the time of year. Being in retail, I was in the store the other day and they had Christmas trees. They were putting out. I was like, oh boy, what happened to the Halloween candy? Right. But it
yes,
really is the time of the year where you want to be preparing mentally and making a plan of what you want to do because I've been in Mary Kay long enough to know that I've had some holiday seasons that have been really productive and that I really worked them and I had a plan. And I've also had those holiday seasons where I went, what happened? Where did the
yes.
holiday go? Why didn't I make as much money as I could have
Mhm.
next year?
Yep,
And
yes,
and you want to be ahead of that game. So
yes.
that's why we're talking about holiday strategy today.
And I think,
All
Bonnie,
right.
you either plan make a plan or you either plan to fail or you fail to plan. So it's
Mhm.
not so much that you're going to do something, but as a business person and a person who has a life, you need to pull out your October, November, December calendars, and you need to schedule when certain things are going to be. And so as an area, we are doing a local open on number 10, which means you don't have to set up all the displays. The displays are going to be set up. You just have to
Uh-huh.
invite your customers. So some of those are easy. And Bonnie, do you do an open house at your home?
I do one. I have a studio that I use, so I
Okay.
don't do one specifically at my home. I always did, but now I have our studio that I use in Port
Yes.
Washington. Um,
Yes.
so I do it there, and I do like to. And I know when I did it at home, it's a little harder to do if you have a small area, but I try
Yes.
to keep it up or a little area that is consistent so I can invite people over anytime. So
Yes.
I'll have scheduled dates for my open house, but I want to have the availability of a little display at any given time.
Exactly. And usually what I will do is I will have dates in October, November, and then December where my customers can come and shop at my studio near Mayfair. But I will set something up in my home office that if they just want to stop by and see things, or let's say somebody is coming to visit me, they can go, oh, what's this or what's that? So just make shopping easy. But I, I know, for the first 6 years of my Mary Kay business, um, I set up a grand open house and just had lots of people come and shop. But I don't do that anymore. It's weird how I just do smaller vignettes and I just kind of look back from last year who came to shop and make sure they know the dates and have them pencil it in their calendars. So, but some of it is
So
just mentally getting those
yes,
dates.
I think what Dawn just said about getting those dates, I think the first thing on our agenda, oh my gosh, my phone is dying. Here, let me plug it in. I think the first thing on our agenda is holiday open houses. And select your date now. So when you are talking to people, you can tell them, "Oh, I'm having a holiday open house," or "I hope you can come." You can drop, a little reminder inside their reorder bags. Like be all about those dates. And on that note of open house, keep in mind, don't spend your whole energy on like setting up an open house.
One
Your
hour.
open house agenda needs to be quick, simple to set up, but it needs to be all about your customers coming and who you're inviting to come over. So really keep that the focus because that is the most important thing.
Yep. And then one other thing, Bonnie, that I do is I offer a men's night. And usually that men's night is usually the beginning of December because men don't shop as early, but that way they're done with their hunting. But we put on a big batch of turkey chili and we allow them to come in. And this is what the men do. They walk in like this. And when they leave, like styling. Some of them are carrying bags. Some of them, I mean, you know, they've tried satin hands, they've tried satin lips, they've maybe picked out a cologne for themselves. They've gotten some gifts, but it's one of those things where it gets better every time we do it. So
Mhm.
yes.
So Dawn, it's getting better every time you do it, but how did you begin it? Like people might be wondering, like, how do you begin a men's night? Or do you invite the men you know, or do you know your customers' names, or you
Well,
send them something? How do you do it, Dawn?
you know, we started this before COVID, and then with COVID, it was smaller because I think we were afraid of getting too many people. But I did set up a
Mhm.
VI, a very important person guy group where I just little by little invite men, my friends, like, you know, who I know understand that this is like a gift, you know, for them to come, or if they're interested in skincare. So I just started it, Bonnie. And, you know, the
Mhm.
first time I think we might have had a half a dozen guys. The last time we did it, we might have had 10. So this year, you know, I just say to people, if you invite, you know, 2 to 4 people, one might show up. So
Mhm.
it's just starting to grow. And like anything, it's like even when you do your own personal open house, you just have to start.
Okay. Great
But I
words
will
of
tell you,
wisdom.
but I will tell you when the guys left and I said to, you know, the consultants, how much did he spend? 225. How much did yours spend? 175. 125. It's sometimes I think women, you know, women know how much the groceries cost. Women know what the sporting things for their kids cost, you know, what their own personal stuff costs. Men just so
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah. And if you can help them, they will be forever grateful
yes. Yes.
because they will think of you for other holidays then too. So it's really to get that relationship going. One way that I love to do that, Dawn, is having a wish list. Because when you have a wish list, you know what your customer wants, and you are able to really say to her husband or significant other, I know what she wants. I
Yes.
know what she would love to get. So tell me about your wish list, Dawn.
Well, I'm actually, as we're talking about it, I will find mine and I will print it off because it's beautiful. It's, but it's not just a wish list, Bonnie, in the respect that it's what she wants. It's yes, it's what she wants, but then it also talks about, you know, some of the other people she shops for or who shops for her. So it really is a multi-purpose like wish list, and that's what's so nice about it.
Okay.
So, what about your wish
I
list, Bonnie?
love that. I love that. Do you it is I've used various ones. I've used little cards. I've used the back of a profile card or a sales
Yes.
ticket and wrote it out. Like if you are with a customer and you're thinking, "Oh my gosh, she wants a lot of stuff and she's not getting it all." You can even say, "Let me write a little wish list for you," and you can write down things that she likes so you'll have it. So don't feel like if you get to an appointment tomorrow and you don't have a wish list printed out, don't feel like, uh-oh,
Exactly.
I can't ask her, be thinking about it. But mine is kind of the same. It asks who shops for her, who she shops for. And I think it's important to start using that at your appointments now or start thinking about that now
The,
because,
the other thing that I think is really important with a wish list is as you're seeing women, take your fragrance bottles with you and find out what her favorite fragrance is. Because a lot of times women won't spend that 40 or $50 on a fragrance for themselves, but a husband buying a fragrance for a woman, their woman, is such a nice gift. So I mean, that's something that
Mhm.
um, just put on that, you know, so that way you're starting that list, and that way you even have it so that maybe if she doesn't get everything, you can go into next year for her birthday or for Mother's Day, Valentine's Day. So it can be a work in progress wish list.
Mhm.
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 So
And I know Dawn has a different program, but I do use the Mary Kay, um, my customers, and
mhm.
you can make notes in there. So that's a great place to keep those notes of things like that.
Yes.
Okay, Dawn, I think important, how do you feel about September and October? What's really important to do right now for our customers?
Um, I think for September, it's more so getting your holiday order in so you have product.
It's a good one.
Getting some good dates done. And, then it's October, just starting it, because there are some people who start shopping in October. And I think some of the
Mhm.
reason they start shopping is Amazon makes it very easy. Amazon, they don't have to leave their house. So if you have a group where you go in and show the holiday gifts, and you do that a few times, or you go in there showing you wearing the different lip colors, or maybe
Mhm.
romancing and getting really excited about even the new beauty box that Mary Kay has, but showing
Mhm.
different ideas and different price points, that will get them thinking, I can use my Mary Kay consultant as a shopping
Mhm.
source.
I think
So
it's important to not just say it once, like to constantly be really in front of them. Think about, I mean, elections are coming up.
yes,
It's all you hear, right? But it's
yes,
in your mind. It's like, oh, elections are coming up. Oh, Christmas is coming up. Oh, gift. Oh, she had some good. Oh, that's a fun idea.
yes.
And so really kind of be really programming them. I think this time of the year is a great time to see your customers and follow up with them right now for skincare products, because September and October, you really want them buying their skincare and stocking up on their skincare needs. So
Yes.
when it comes to your open house time, when they're coming in November or December, they're not coming and going, oh my gosh, I need all these skincare things for me. You want her to come to have filled and to come. Did I go away for a minute?
No.
um, to have that her skincare needs all filled. So when she comes, she's like focusing on gifts and other people,
Yes.
right?
You are that is totally right. I mean, that is it, Bonnie. It's just
Mhm.
what you want is all. You just have to really be working with customers. And some of it is, you don't want her running out of a cleanser while she might be going to the mall, because then she might stop somewhere else to pick up that cleanser. And you don't want that. Hmm. Yes.
Right. You know what else I like to do this time of the year is and you could sit down and sit outside on this gorgeous day or when you're driving around, take a mental note of places of businesses, because businesses, they don't wait till December to order their holiday gifts. They don't wait till November. They are doing it in September and October. So if
Yes.
maybe you have businesses that you frequent, maybe you have businesses that are in your community,
Mhm.
maybe you know somebody who owns a business, kind of be thinking and maybe just drop the hint. Say, I just wanted to ask you, there are like letters that you can send out to businesses, but if you know somebody personally, who's in charge of your gift giving here? Or just saying, I know you own this whatever, and I have a gift service. I'm thinking, is there something I could be helping you with?
If you
And just
don't,
getting the question. It doesn't
if you
matter.
don't ask
Doesn't
them,
even matter how you say it. Just get the question out there.
if you don't ask, the answer is going to be no.
What? If you don't ask, yeah.
If you don't ask, the answer is always going to be no. So that's where it just is so nice that you just ask. And like, I have a doctor appointment next week with my OBGYN, and I will say to her, doctor, do you have a few nurses or somebody who, you would like to give a special gift to, because I would be happy to help you. So, mhm, yeah,
Mhm.
veterinarians, bankers, um, think about even your customers who maybe have executive
Where
positions
they
at companies, and you guys, let's think about this. We've had the last 2.5 years have been hard. Sometimes just a little extra gift will do a lot. So that's something nice. Hmm. Yes.
Mhm. I think if you, and I just want to throw this out there because I'm thinking of it, and this isn't a class on businesses or anything, but um, if you ask of somebody and they say, "Oh, usually we just give a bonus, or we just give cash, or we just give whatever it is," say, "You know what? I could wrap that up really cute. I mean, you could stick it inside one of those gnome things. You could stick it inside a coffee
Yes,
holiday mug, and make it look really cute and put some chocolates and candies with it. And it would be not much more, but it would be the presentation that would be
yes,
really fabulous for them.
yes,
So,
yes.
okay. Dawn, I know you talked about a holiday basket that you carry around.
And I
Tell
didn't
us
bring my
about that.
basket yet, but I have this green basket with this poinsettia bow on it that I put the holiday items in there and I carry it wherever I go. So if I'm meeting a customer, if I'm meeting a friend, if I'm having lunch or a coffee, whatever, it comes in with me. And then people go, "What's in there?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's my holiday basket. Who are you shopping for?" And some people will go, "Oh," and they'll just walk away. And some people go, "Well, can you show me some items in there?" So, I mean, it's just a nice way of getting
Mhm,
people's attention. And you know what? For me, it's reminding me every day, Dawn, don't let these the money that you could get because we offer such nice gifts. Hmm?
mhm,
Yep. And the same thing, Bonnie, those good customers of mine, um, maybe not the last 2 years, but the years before, I would say, let's have a little holiday coffee where she will invite 2 or 3 friends over. I will just set out a coffee table of small gift ideas, and the ladies will chit, 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 chat, and they'll purchase. So, I mean, you can do
mhm.
like things like that, which, are really nice, Yeah.
I think this is a great time, and this probably it just finally not to forget, but it's a great time to be offering your career to other people too,
Yes.
because
Yes.
you know anybody who has ever worked a holiday um, side gig, you get the
Yep.
crappy hours. You don't, you're not making that much. You're gone. It's
Yep.
it's tough, and we have a perfect opportunity for people to be able to shop at their cost, one, and be able to help other people with their shopping. So, it's a great time to be asking others about a Mary Kay career.
Yes. Yes. No, I totally, all those things are, you are right. So, some of it is, Bonnie, I think you haven't said it yet, but you are going to say it. We talked a lot about different things. Pick, if you're new, pick with one and then work your other events like that your unit might do for you. But don't get so overwhelmed that you don't do anything.
Mhm. Yeah, there are a ton of ideas out there, and if you
Yes.
go to, you're gonna hear a lot of ideas through
Yes.
the next couple weeks. And I think just to when you hear an idea and it kind of grabs you like, ooh, that
Yes.
sounds awesome. I have to say, I have a consultant who there's an adopt a grandparent idea out there.
Mm,
And she's like, I love that idea. I love that idea. And she sold $1,000, more than $1,000, just doing that idea because
yep.
that idea captured her heart and what she wanted to do. So if you hear an idea and you're like, oh, I can't do that, don't do it. If you hear an idea and you're like, oh, that sounds fun, I
Yes.
could really have a blast with that,
Yes.
do it. Follow your guts.
Well, last year, those gnomes, I swear I made 200 of them. And, uh, I made them in batches, so it wasn't, but I would post them and say, and I had like a laundry basket of gnomes, and I would kind of like take them out. And then I would take pictures of the basket getting less and less and saying, this is it. When these are gone, they're gone. And people weren't just buying one, they were buying 6, 10.
Mhm.
And then, I pack them up in little bags, and sometimes I would put little candies in there so that they had something to eat. And
Yeah,
so, but in
fun
weeks
idea.
coming up, we'll show other little holiday ideas and things like that. But some of it is, over the next weekend, take some mental time to plan. So, mhm.
All right. Great. think you're off to a great start for the holidays.
Thank you, Bonnie.
Thank you, Dawn. Bye, everyone.